TV on. Welcome in, y'all. I am going to try to work on this blanket. I got about like 15 more rows to do on this red, and then I'm going to change to black. So this is like row number 10, and then I have 15 more after this one. I have to be kind of careful. Hey, hey, Mary Beth, how you doing? I hope you are having an awesome day, friend. That's good. At least I hope that is because you said okay, doing okay. Oh, okay. That ain't bad. Sometimes you just need that rest and self care. I haven't really done much of anything today. I went out in the garden, found a watermelon, and cleaned up one pool, and then I picked a few banana peppers and until like 12 o'clock. Like I had been laid down all day. And then I didn't do much yesterday either. So I'm trying to like stop doing stuff over the weekend so much. So I dial down all like a lot of work over the weekend. Hi, Hilly. So I've started doing it. I started trying to reclaim my weekends and not doing stuff, but make sure like I be on my P's and Q's during the week. Cause that's how I end up working on the weekends. Is because I'm not really about my business during the week, or I'm not feeling well. So, it just is what it is. I'm gonna do better. Since this is row 10, I want to go ahead and put a, a row counter right here before I forget. It depends on what size you're doing, or it doesn't bother me. It's one of my favorite things to sit and do. I do about um this is I do it's 198 pegs. I just say I do about 25 rows in about 3 hours. So I would say that's a lot of success. 126 rows in 3 hours. I mean, in 25. I mean 25 rows and 126 stitches. 196 stitches. I'm sorry. 196 stitches in 3 hours. I don't know what my brain is right now. It's 198 pegs total. It goes up to 5 feet. Hey, Anja. How are you doing? Good morning. When school start back, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, what type of schedule I'm gonna do. I'm making a 5 foot wide blanket. It's a Christmas gift I'm working on, and I gotta work on two of them. So I'm trying to go ahead and get this one done so that I can work on the other one. I might need to pick up a couple of more live days so I can go ahead and get it done. Awesome. I figured you maybe were across seas because it's evening here. I appreciate you for tuning in. I need to tuck that pen in because it'll go all over the place. Right, right. I love this frame. It's one of my favorites. I have like two different kinds of S looms, but the other one goes in a different direction and it's a wider gauge and it kind of frustrates me. I like this one the most. I have like three of these and one of the other one. Okay, you want me to call you Pookie Pie? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, got you. Okay. Gotcha. It all clicked now. Oh, you talking about the wood? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm tripping tonight. Like I don't know why I'm tripping tonight, but I got you. Yeah, it's looming. And every time I want to say something important, my mind goes blank. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's the start of live. I haven't started answering questions yet. A whole lot of questions, so my brain is like I've been relaxing all day. That's cool, Angel. Uh-oh, that one didn't go all the way down. Stay down. Okay. Annie. awesome. I appreciate that. I can't wait to check it out. Okay, I got you. And this is just a gift, y'all. So I'm just it's for my kids. Both the boys are getting the same color because they both like red, like their father, and so they're getting the same color blanket. They like red and black. I'm from the U.S., southern part of the U.S., from Arkansas. Uh-oh. Um, I went and bought some beginner looms from I think well it was really YouTube over 10 years ago. But looking back, I just I kind of read the instructions once I got it. I found it online and then read the instructions once I got it. It was pretty easy to make. I started with the hats. This one I started working on about 4 years, 4 to 5 years ago. I can't remember if it was during COVID or the year after COVID. Thank you, Annie. I normally don't count stitches, but since I'm doing stripes, because I couldn't sit up and look at red all day, they don't really have a lot of variegated red yarn, and so I decided to do it this way. I got you. I can't check it right now. I have to check it when I get off live. Hi, George. How are you doing this evening? Hi, Celia. How are you doing this evening? If you guys don't mind, if you can hit that like button for me, that'd be awesome. I was trying to watch The Gilded Age before I got on live, but I guess they haven't released a new episode, and I can't wait to see what happened after that last episode, after the wedding. So I guess it won't come out until maybe tomorrow for me to watch. But I thought it said they release it every Sunday, so I can't wait. I needed to file my nail before I got on live because one of them chipped. It's getting on my nerves. Okay, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Hi, Joselita. How are you doing this evening? Hi, Rajay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am Doe of Doe's Craft Day, and I am working on a 5 foot wide blanket. This is one that I'm working on as a gift for my kids for Christmas. I have to make two, so I've been working on this really since February. But I also crochet, so that keeps me more busy than these blankets the blankets do because I don't always get like customs for blankets, but like I said, I'm working on these for my kids, so they're just taking me a little bit longer to do because I do get customs from crochet, and I have to stop what I'm doing to make some income. So I'm working on Harry Potter right now. I need to be starting another some of those ruffle flip flops. I'm working on those. I just finished like 2 pair. I'm working on a baseball hat, a big ruffle hat, and a stash jar. And I need to start back making plushies for the fall. And I want to make some footies, stock up on footies. So that is what's all on my agenda. And I also want to start a 10 stitch blanket on the loom. So that'll be something I'll start probably Friday. Because I've never made one. I've heard all the hype, I've seen the hype. So I want to finally make one after I've been hearing all the hype for about 3 years now. Hi, Alicia. I'm trying to get off my hair, y'all. My locks are kind of like in the way. Sometimes it's difficult to get comfortable with them. Thank you, Ebony. I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Alicia? Uh-oh. Thanks so much for the likes. I appreciate it. That's good. You're doing good. They're pretty easy to use, depending on what you're trying to do with it. Well, in general, they are pretty easy to use, but some people feel like they're tedious. But when I'm making a blanket and I'm just doing all East stitches, kind of, it doesn't really bother me. I've been doing this for so long. I'm getting ready to start. I need to start on some hats. Someone asked me to do at least 13, and I need to check in with them to see what they're going to do because they need a deposit first before I even start on anything. But they don't need it until like October sometime, but still, I don't feel like playing around. fun tongue. I need to reset my. I don't know if need to reset this computer to stop timing out or what. Give me at least 30 minutes, gosh. Thank you, Ebony. Hi, Nicole. Hopefully, I'll start making sweaters before it get too chilly. I said I was gonna do that, but I still have yet to make my round to even do sleeves. Sleeves aren't that hard. It's the rest of the part, like the rest of the like um the back and the front of the sweater was just gonna be the most difficult part. It depends on what stitches you're doing. Right now, I'm doing the quickest way to make a blanket, and I'm changing colors. Changing colors slows me down, and I'm doing all E-stitch. I usually do like a stitch on the border to keep the blanket from curling, and I'm just doing all E-stitch, and then I'm gonna crochet the border. So it just depends on what kind of stitches you're doing. So I guess, and I'm going up to 6 feet, and I normally go up to 5. So I would say anywhere between 60 or 80 hours for the full loom. I haven't really been keeping up with the time because it's just a gift. It's just gonna make things worse if I keep up with the time. I just know I need to get it done um, before November at least. Preferably October, but I'll be pushing it with November. Yes, I crochet too. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate you. Thank you for this for subscribing. Yeah, I crochet. I started crocheting a little over 3 years ago, and it's taken over. I've been looming for about 10 years, but crochet, when I started crocheting, it took over. I do that mostly now. So when I'm on live, that's where most of my loom knitting happens. I do about 3 hours when I'm on live, and then when I'm off live, most of that action goes toward crocheting. And I do loom knitting about 6 hours out of the week on Sundays, and then I turn around and do it on Fridays. But that's in another place. Thank you. I mean, hi, Lorena. But I don't work. I haven't worked on this blanket. I worked on this blanket for maybe 30 minutes to an hour on Friday while I was finishing up a Winnie the Pooh blanket. So I just finished. Well, I didn't finish it. I finished the part that I needed to finish on the loom. So I'm doing like a Winnie the Pooh collection. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. I'm doing a Winnie the Pooh theme collection, which will be a baby blanket. I have Winnie the Pooh as a plushie that I freehand crochet, and I'm trying to see if I want to put the appliques on the blanket as well. I'm not sure yet. Awesome! I like cross stitching and painting. I do those too. I don't do it as often as I used to, but I do like every other year. I will like, okay, I feel like painting, and I'll sit down and paint. Now, the painting and drawing, I've been doing that a lot longer than anything. I've been drawing since I was about 14, probably a little, maybe younger than that. And I think I started painting around that time too. I can't really remember. Hi, Suba. Oh, I bet that's cute, Ebony. I hope so, cause I gotta crochet the appliques for the Winnie the Pooh, and I just hope I get the dimensions right. I did the same thing for Winnie the Pooh that I'm doing on here, which was just like all E-stitch, and then I'm gonna crochet the border to get the blanket from curling. Hi, Fernanda. I'm sorry I can't see everything you're saying, but this is a KB Afghan loom, and this is a form of knitting, and I'm working on a 5 foot wide blanket. I hope that helps. And so with this, which I usually get a question on how to start, if you're a beginner, I would do all E-stitch and I would use variegated yarn. Variegated yarn helps a lot because it kind of tricks your mind, because you can get a lot of different colors in without having to stop and change colors. So I suggest getting variegated yarn. In E-stitch, all you're doing is wrapping the peg either counterclockwise or clockwise, just making sure that the stitches end up on this side of the loom, so they'll drop in between here. Me too. I'm self-taught painting too, but I did pick up a class in college like a couple of years ago to kind of understand the lighting and the lighting area of it. So I tried, but I was too fixated on trying to make it perfect. So, but that was also around during COVID, and classes got canceled, so I couldn't even finish the class. My hair. I'm gonna have to just put it to the side of my face because it's getting on my nerves. But I mostly draw and then color it in, basically, quote unquote, paint color it in. And then once I painted all the spots in, I go to shading and doing stuff after that. So that's what kind of helped me out. I'm upset now because I have a turtle painting that I just did last year, and I was traveling. I was having it travel with me to my events, and someone punctured the corner of one of the paintings. So I'm just like, come on, can I just have like, can I just have like something for me? Right. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fix it. Hi, Julie. I'm doing 25 rows of red and 10 rows of black. Right, I get it. Uh-oh. My bad, y'all. I didn't mean to bump the thing. Ooh, that felt kind of loose. I might need to move the camera a little bit further toward me. Didn't know it was that far over. Thanks so much for the likes. That should help out a lot. I appreciate the likes. Thank you. The last time I measured this, it was like um, almost 3 feet. So I got about 3 feet to go. a little over 3 more feet to go because it was almost 3 feet. I'm gonna have to roll it up soon because it's hanging all off the thing. I don't really want to get my 2 foot one, but I know if I neatly fold it together, it'll help. Thanks so much for the likes. Alright, so let's get this folded so it can stop going all over the place. Seem like I need to fold this part. Let me see. Fold this side under. Fold this over. And fold it in. And that should help. No, needs an extra fold. Let's see. I don't know where these little paper chips coming from. Alright, that should help a lot. Make sure I don't lose my pen in the blanket. Hi, Nuza. Some of these stitches I didn't get down. of the way. I'm gonna have to start wearing a bonnet when I'm not on the camera. 'Cause I'm getting sick of sitting back on my hair. Ivan, I had some scrunchies in here, but I don't know where they are. Let me try to see if I can put my hair in my hood. That should keep it. Cause that's so annoying. I can't like sit back on it because I don't want to trigger a headache. So that's why I'm like fixated on it. Keep it off the back of the chair. That helps. I hope. Okay, Kristen. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Hope you have a good evening, good rest of your evening. There goes that pen falling all over the place. Once I get to 5 pass, where I got the stitch marker, I'm gonna go ahead and move the stitch marker to the 15th row. Thank you, Anna. What you mean, avail the molding? Hi, Francisca. I think I might need to get some water. Wish I had some tea. Alright, this is row 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me get some water real quick. So yeah, that's 4, and then I'll have to do 5 before I move the stitch marker. Let me see if I can fix my screen time out real quick because that's gonna drive me nuts. Why do I have to keep pushing that on the screen? Yeah, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'll worry about it once I get off live. I just have to keep pushing it because. Thank you. I mean, hi, Indian Mystic. Welcome in. Gotta remember to put the row marker on this row once I get to the end. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're saying, Salima. You can make blankets, hats, scarves, cardigans, tube socks. I mostly make blankets. Most other people make blankets. Hi, Laura. Welcome to my live. Hi, Purple Crochet. How you doing this evening? Hi, Annie. How are you doing this evening? Stitch marker, stitch marker, row marker, row marker. Remember the row marker. It's starting to get a little messed up. Yes, I'm making a blanket right now, but you can make more than just a blanket. But most people use these to make blankets. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. I think I said I was going up to 7 feet. I said, nah, I changed my mind. We just gonna stop at 6. kid will be alright. It's the thought that counts. Thanks so much for the likes, y'all. It's freaking ridiculous. Thank you, Ariel. Alright, stitch marker before I forget. Because if I don't, I will get happy fingers and forget to put it in there. So this marks number 15. 15 stitches of this row. I'm trying to get the stitch marker out of here nicely without tugging on other stitches. Sometimes it takes me a minute, y'all. I have a pinched nerve in this right hand, so that's why I use locks or clasps over anything else. But yeah, so I gotta get it. I gotta do about 10 more stitches. But you can make hats, scarves, and tube socks, and cows, and sweaters, and tube dresses with this. So you don't have to just make blankets. But that's what most people use it for. And you can put number 6 yarn on here, so you don't have to just use what I'm using. But number 4 yarn is more affordable, more accessible for me because I only have Walmart and Dollar Tree. And as y'all know, Walmart and Dollar Tree are not like yarn sellers per se. They don't carry a whole bunch of yarn, but they will carry a nice chunk of 4-way yarn. So I, you know, that's my accessibility. I don't like always ordering stuff online, especially since I just read something the other day where people were ordering stuff from sites, and they'll say there's no guarantee that you'll get the same dye lot. And I know when I'm using variegated yarn, I like the same dye lot. And if I'm using plushy yarn or blanket yarn, I like for my yarn to feel high quality. I know recently I made an order that my last skein of yarn for the project was not good quality, but you know the other skeins that I had ordered previously were really good. So I was very disappointed, but I had no choice because it was a gift. I didn't have the money to just keep, trying to get the right yarn. So I just ended up using it, but I only had to use it for a few rows, so you can't really tell. But either way, I think I'm going on a. I need to go in person for my yarn because of that. I know I'm going on a rant, but but those who get it get it. Yeah, I hope they appreciate it. That's why I only make like one of these a year. Cause it takes so long, and now I gotta whip up two before the end of the year. I'm just like, what was I thinking? I did one last year, and I think I did like one the previous year. So I do one a year, and like I'll leisurely make one a year. The one last year was a custom, and they asked me around Christmas time to make it. Hey, Kelly. I hope it wasn't too bad. I hope your day wasn't too bad. There goes the train. Thank you. That's fine. This is just a gift I'm working on. I have to stop. I got this one song stuck in my head. Well, we all function differently. So I rather loom knit than crochet a blanket. It's just my preference. I haven't crocheted a blanket even since I started, but I rather loom knit it. Everybody sees things differently. Ooh, I haven't done two church services in one Sunday in a long time. I haven't been keeping up with the hours because this is a gift. I just preferably would not. Mentally, I've been through a lot, so I don't really want to keep up with the time. This is a gift for my kids, so I've been working on it since February. I also run about 4 social media accounts. I also do crochet. Most of my time is spent crocheting when I'm not live. I mostly do loom knitting on live because that's what the community likes the most. So I do loom knitting on live only, and I crochet 90% of the time when I'm yeah. So for me, I haven't even made it to like doing crocheting with my eyes closed, and this also helps with my anxiety. So I'm able to like have conversations and not have to keep count of stitches and stuff like that. So that's my preference. Now this is for my sons. I have two sons, and they both like red and a little bit of black. So I'm yeah. This is about the only thing that I can make them that they would wouldn't be so iffy about. They don't have to wear it. They don't have to take it in public or whatever. So I am making them blankets, and I just hope they appreciate it. and I'm gonna put their names on it. But they like red and black like they're dead, so that's where they get that from. Awesome. You working on the scarf? The scarves are my favorite to work on. There's not a lot of work to do after you make the scarf. Like you only have to hide two ends, depending on what you're doing, because you can do a double knit. I like making double knits the most. Hi, Edith. So that's one. This is two. And I have not been consistently working on this blanket. I've been working on this blanket like maybe this month. This is probably like my first time working on this blanket. So, at best, if I'm not having migraines and stuff like that, I will have worked on it like four times during a month for 24 hours spread across that month. But if I'm having migraines and stuff like that, and I have customs to do, this is like the last thing I work on. So that's why I haven't been keeping up with the time on it. No, the one this is an old clicking office pen. You'll have to make one of those. The wider looms with the wider pegs will come with something that's similar to a straw, but this is my favorite one to use. You can use a plastic straw too. So there are looming pens, but they don't typically come with the loom. I think I might have one in here. It had a little hook thing that went with it, but I lost it. So this is an actual looming pen by Boy. It has a tension controller up here. The little hook thing would like grab your yarn and pull it down through there easily. But you can use tapestry needles to like drop it down through there fast too. Yeah, so it helps. It was the way I was able to consistently go live. So I just it's kind of like if it if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And when I go live other places trying to do other stuff, nobody really cares. So I always have to pop this thing back on live. This one drives the views. This what I've been doing for the longest on like all of my social media. So they run to these videos over the crochet ones. Oh, I hate to hear that. It probably has gotten. How long has it been since you've been live? Cause they changed so much in so little time. Oh, okay, yeah. So they've changed so much since you were going live. So I have meetings with YouTube, and they actually they like for you to do vertical live streams now, and they push those quicker than horizontal, and you get like more views and stuff now quicker. Like more people come to your lives if you're pretty consistent. And I just go once a week. So because when I was going live here, like 7 to 10 people, even vertically, were showing up, and so they changed a lot since. So if you went live now, you'll have some people come in and chill with you. Yeah, because at first I wasn't too consistently too consistent about going live here because of that reason. Because I'm just like, if not that many people gonna show up, I don't feel like very motivated to like come in and go live. But since they made those changes, the views have been up quite a bit, and more interaction and engagement goes on with vertical live. Is there like can you explain what a hobo blanket is? I'm trying to ask in a respectful way. I couldn't think of how to ask, so I just went ahead and asked. Yeah, like, but I'll have to sew them together afterwards. I've made panels before, and it takes me a long. My mind works differently. Having to sew them, mattress stitch them together is a whole nother task that sometimes I just find overwhelming as well. So I just prefer this. Because I actually have some panels that I made back in February on another loom that I have not put together. Everybody this everybody's different. Because normally when I take stuff off the loom, my brain goes like I'm done. Like it doesn't say I got more work to do. It says I'm done. Like I'm over it. I'm done. Like right now, I got a Pokemon that I crocheted, and I'm used to putting like all the pieces together as I work. But since I've crocheted all the pieces, based on the pattern, they wanted me to put it together after I had crocheted all the pieces. It's been sitting in there for weeks now because my brain is like, I'm done. I've crocheted all the pieces. I didn't put it together as I was working, so I'm done, you know. Yeah, that's why I rather loom it. Okay, that's what I thought you were talking about, but I wanted to make sure that you were talking about leftover yarn. Do you have the strings of your on your hobo blankets? Right, different strokes for different folks. Oh, okay, okay, that ain't bad. Cause I've seen some people that they let the strings hang the um off the sides of their blanket. Uh oh. Ooh, okay. I need to check that out. I've never done a king or a queen. I'm not. Well, yeah, I've never done a king or a queen. So yeah, I'd love to see that. Okay, that ain't bad at all. Stop falling in there. Awesome. I don't think I have the patience. I can do like small granny square stuff. I've been working on a backpack, granny square backpack. I made all the pieces, and I still haven't sewn it together. So going bigger or go home, I can't do that. Yeah, they're crochet. I still need to. One of these days I find the wherewithal to go and sew them together. But like making a bucket head, a granny square bucket head, like you got me all day. Ooh, are those all flatbeds or just or a mixture? That's what I was trying to say. Ooh, wow. Okay, gotcha. That's a lot. Do you find them on sale? Cause forget talking about the amount of looms I have. Like 9 flatbeds trump. Um, they supersede the amount of looms that I have. Let me keep count. I am on 3. Cool, purple crochet. Oh, okay, so they're different gauges too. Okay, gotcha. That song is still stuck in my head. Gosh darn it. And no, it's not the Rock Auto commercial, even though I just sound like Rock Auto. I should have listened to some whale sounds in my ear. That's why I really need to get back into doing that. My stuffed animals, because I feel like I'm really missing that part of looming. Now, I've never made a dress. I make baby booties and sweaters. I want to do dresses and sweaters and skirts. Ooh, okay. I've tackled the only pants I've tackled was crochet pants, and my tension is so tight that it did not come out right. So I probably just need to increase the hook size and try it again. But I'm more interested. This was more like a double crochet pants. I'm more interested in doing the granny square pants, but I would like to do loom knit pants too. I think that'd be cool. Cause I'm such a big loungy person. But I like for my pants to look cool, so I'm gonna try that. Like I'm a big sweatpants because they're loose, you know, type of person. I hardly even use. I've had my um my Addy and my Centro for a couple years now. I hardly use it. I'm so naughty. I use it maybe the like maybe I can't even remember. And I know I should like do better. I had started making socks on one of them because there's a sock video for the Addy, but you gotta really dig for it, and I think it's in German. But they go slow enough for you to watch it or whatever. But you gotta dig for it on YouTube. But there's a way to make socks on the Addy as well, like with the heel and everything. But I lost patience for that too. So it typically takes me a longer process than other people to work stuff out. Like hats on the Central Addy, it takes me about 4 hours, and it takes other people a lot less time. Yeah, I get it. And then I prefer making them on the loom because I'm just like, I don't. It was something like, I don't know. I've tried crochet footies, baby footies, and I've tried doing footy type stuff on the loom. But I struggle with that. I mean on the knitting machine, but I struggle more with those than making baby booties on the loom. Let me count that. I think that was four. One, two, three, four. My bad, y'all. Yeah, right, right. Don't have to be dress socks. You talking about like a tube sock? I do need to do those because like it's my brain is always just like working, and it's like just do the tube socks and leave it alone. But the other side is like, no, we started this and we gonna finish it, but we ain't finish it, and we ain't even tried to start back and finish it. Then realizing, gotcha. Uh, then realizing, oh, I need to buy some sock yarn. Okay, cool. I need to just quit tripping and just go and do it. That's really all it is. I'm just tripping. Hi, Brenda. I'm doing good. How are you doing? So right now, what I'm struggling with is because I've been requested to make a baseball. I'm making a 5 foot wide blanket. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you, Kelly. That's good. You're doing good, Brenda. I lost train of my what I was about to say about socks. Or no, no, that's I wasn't about to say anything about socks. Some people have been asking me to make a baseball cap on the loom, so I'm just like, and they want me to make the bucket head on the loom, so I'm just, you know, Right now they're on Amazon at a discount for like uh 49, and they'll probably jump back up to like 59 or somewhere around there during in season. So they're out of season right now, so they're more affordable. No problem at all. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think this was 5. So this is gonna be like my 20th row. And then I can move. I did my last 5 rows. Thank you, Fights and Slimes. Awesome. I started crocheting about 3 years ago. I've been looming about 10 and picked up crocheting, and it's my second addiction, which is kind of then became my first addiction though. That sounds expensive. How much was it, Kelly? It only sounds expensive because I have no idea what it is. What you said definitely fights and slimes definitely helps. Oh, I want to do some dragon stitch. I love dragons. And so I was just thinking about that. I was looking at a dragon before I got on live. And then I've been like, I want to do dragon stitch really bad because I would also like to do a dragon plushie. So I would like for his scales to look, look that way. Yeah, that's a lot, Kelly. But knowing you, you seem like you're pretty like busy with maybe your customs or something that you can afford that. It depends on who you ask because for me, there's really no difference because I do things slow. But for other crocheters, experienced crocheters who don't have to look at their hands and stuff like that, they would say that crocheting is faster. And I've only been crocheting for 3 years, so I got like more experience with the loom. So at the end of the day, the speed works out about the same for me. But experienced crocheters would say crochet works out faster. No problem at all, Brenda. Oh, okay. I get you. Still, even with that, God will provide. When you're doing something good with it, He will provide. I gotta get this. Once I get this head out the way, I'm gonna try and put a lot more energy. These two heads out the way, and this stash jar and shoes. Once I get those out the way, I'm gonna put more energy into getting this one off the loom. Yeah, I got you, Kelly. And so true. Oh, thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. You too. Have a good rest of your day. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I appreciate it. I think that was five. Let me make sure because I think I said it was five. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. Let's take the other stitch marker I got and put it here. Okay, so that makes 20. And I only got to do 5 more rows. I like to put it towards the middle. One, two, three, four. I'm double checking that it's five. Okay, stuff that down in there. Ooh, I bet that was nice. Okay, only 5 more rows. I gotta remember that. Uh oh. Oh, I bet that was nice. Once the fall hits and my harvest has slowed down, I might try to get myself back together because I want to be gardening then. Gardening be like the last thing on my mind. But I'm trying because tomorrow I gotta spend the day um, pickling and sun drying tomatoes in the oven, and then storing all that stuff. So, and I got about at least 20 cucumbers that I need to pickle. So that's gonna be interesting. And I need to clean out a pool. one of the pools. I grow stuff in the pool, so I need to clean out one of them. I need to clean out the carrots and all this stuff, and I might have to pick some more cucumbers and cherry tomatoes tomorrow. Hi, Virginia. How are you doing this evening? And I can't wait for the sunflowers to do what they need to do because I grew them so I can eat them. I grew the mammoth sunflowers so I can eat them when they're done. Hopefully the birds and the squirrels don't get to them first. I always have to beat the environment for my food. Except for cucumbers. Nothing really bothers cucumbers. I lost a batch of greens. Last year I lost broccoli. And these are to the cabbage white butterflies, so they do stuff too. Hi the hi the Cray girl. How you doing this evening? Yes. So I normally live between 8 and 11, and it's usually around people's bedtime. I'm sorry to hear that you're tired. I hope you get some rest. But when school comes back out, I'm gonna have to refigure some things. So I'm thinking about moving up the live so they're not so late at night. Maybe during the early part of the day, kids at school, I go live, and hopefully they don't call me to come back or come in. I'm making a 5 foot wide blanket. Okay, cool. That sounds like it was a fun project to work on. Excuse me, y'all. I can't wait to be changing colors in a few. Thank you, the Cray girl. Awesome. With your circle loom, you can make a blanket as well using the 10 stitch. Thank y'all so much for the likes. Hi, Shuri. Hi, Lucia. Love that sticker. I hope it doesn't mean a bad thing, though. Yes, I'm gonna try and start one this week. I've known about them for about 3 years now, and other people kept encouraging me to do those instead because they said they work up faster. But I'm such a stick in the mud. Like once I find something that works for me, it's hard for me to like let go and do some different things. And so I was just like, this week I'm going to, because I got some yarn back there that'll work, some variegated yarn um, that'll work, that I think will work for that. So I'm going to try the 10 stitch. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you have a good night's rest. Thank you, Violetta. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I appreciate it. It looks feels like I'm gonna have to roll this blanket up again because it's getting like out of hand, getting annoying again. Let me see what's going on under here because it's spreading out like over there on the other side. Let me fold this part in and then roll it up. Should help. Now stack that up. Oh no. Let's see. I think that should be fine. Sometimes it gets a little out of control. I don't know. I'm not sure. Only because I don't know what the details are. I've never really done a whole lot of details besides striping. I said I was gonna try and do one, a plaid blanket, and I haven't started on it yet. I've been working on a basket weave blanket for years, and I still ain't finished that. So I don't know. It depends on the details. If it's just like let me put a couple of stripes together and make the colors work, yeah. Hi Haiti, welcome to my live. I'm more like a let's do some stripes and not and make sure the border doesn't curl type of girl. Or use variegated yarn. Now they asked me for something more specific, then I'll try. Like if somebody else was like, "Can you do this, 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 and this?" and then I'll attempt it. But on my own, I won't just attempt it. It's still sticking out right there. Like I give mad props to a lot of people because I'm more like I'm not gonna do a whole lot of complex stuff if I don't need to. Not on my own per se. Like if I'm asked, I jump at it, and then I'm like, why? Thank you, Virginia. Like if other people, I'm such a well, I was. I'm gonna keep speaking that in past tense. I was such a people pleaser that if somebody asks me to do something I've never done before, I'm gonna do all the research to get it done, and I'm gonna do my best to get it done. And even if I get frustrated at the process and everything, I'm still gonna do it. But for me, I'm not gonna go through. I wouldn't put my own self through all that. Oh, okay, that don't sound too bad then. Hi, welcome to my live. I can't see your name. I got it from Amazon. I got a link in my bio. It's called KB Afghan Loom. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. I really, honestly, truly feel like this loom was my saving grace. Well, God sent me this loom for my saving grace, cause like all of the stuff I've gotten to do because of working on this loom, like I never would have done. Like I've stepped out of my shell so much. It's so crazy. Like I'm 10 times as far as I was um 4 years ago because of you know being able to work on this loom. This one, this is a KB Afghan loom. This what I'm using is an old clicking office pen. You can use a straw as well, but this is my favorite thing to use because the tip. So with office pens, you can screw off the tip or whatever. And so if I want to use like 4 weight or smaller yarn, I use the tip. And if I want to go bigger, I can go up to a 7. So I can go between like a 5 and a 7 when using this part of it. So that's why I preferably like this. But the pens are a little bit more difficult to open, and with the straws, all you gotta do is cut them into like whatever size whatever length of size you want them to be, and they may be easily accessible or affordable if you don't have any pens around the house. And then this is the hook that normally, the loom knitting hook that comes with the kit. Yeah, I got an hour left. This is my hour countdown, my last hour countdown. I've repeated, I'll say about 30 minutes, then 45 minutes, and then 5-minute intervals after that. The thing I know I'll be changing to um, black before I get off live, so that'll be awesome. So I only got 3 more rows of red. putting that in here. I see this next row is gonna be interesting because this blanket don't want to stop bulging out the sides. Right. I bet it is. I bet that is a lot of a blanket. Oops, knocked the empty bottle down. Probably two. I've been trying to keep my water intake up. I need to throw it in the trash. In my trash bag. Mhm. Yeah, I try to do mine. I haven't taken this loom back in the house in a long time. I try to do mine mostly just sitting at this table. I might just go, since this is a gift, I can really take it in the house and try to work on it in my spare time to get more work done. But I don't want to trigger my shoulder, so that's why I haven't been working on it as often as I did in the past. I'm knocking everything over with this blanket now. Harry Potter almost went across the table. I gotta I gotta find a different way to fold it in. One, two, three, four. One more red. Gosh darn. The screen time down in the middle. Oh, okay. It ain't bad. It came back on. I thought it was gonna make me log back in. Yay, one more row. Thank you. I try. The next one I do that's similar to this, I won't put it on live, and maybe I'll be more driven to like finish it because then I'll probably take that one in the house and work on it. Cause it usually takes me about 3 weeks to finish one. So this is like how long this been taking is ridiculous. Cause I'm doing other stuff. But I think if I took it in the house and was like, we gonna make this. If we don't make nothing else, we gonna finish this blanket. If I go and take it in the house, I go and get done with it. But I need some help carrying it, so because I can't take it in, I can't carry it in the house. Let's see if I get some help doing that. I'm about to get ready to cut this yarn because it's one, two, three, four. I'm gonna cut this loose because this really gets annoying just sitting in the way. I think that's a good spot. Enough to thread. I'm in tie knot, and I might just crochet over it. I haven't decided yet. Right, exactly. So I probably need help moving it in the house because I'm really not supposed to be picking up heavy stuff. But I need to go ahead and stop playing around and just go and get it done. Because it should be at 3 feet now. I'm just glad I'm able to change the black before I get off live. Oh yeah, trust me, I know the feels of that. Mhm. I've shipped a few myself, and the last one I shipped was made of blanket yarn, and they wanted it to be 7 feet long, and I was just like, I didn't quite think that through. Or was it 6? No, I think it was 7. 5 foot by 7. string all over the place. It's getting that heavy. Uh-oh. Snag some yarn. The only other thing I really had to ship like that big that was crazy was a dog. And I think it cost me like $30 to ship. I made a crochet doll that was like a foot and a half tall and like almost 2 feet in width. So shipping stuff is not really my strong suit. I would like to avoid shipping if that is at all possible. Yay, done we're red. Let me get that black. How much black do I have left in here? Do I want to use that black? No, I bought some black. You bought black. You bought some black. You've been dipping in it, but you bought some black. I don't want to use that small. Well, I probably should, so that I don't have to try to attach it to something else. So I'm gonna start with this black. It might make I don't know. It'll be alright. I'm gonna set this one right here. Put this one right here. Where are you? The end of it. Oh yeah. I think at the time the yarn I used it was I think it was one of those Karen cakes. And I can't remember. It was between it was probably $11 at the time. I can't remember a skein. And I had to use about no, it might have been 8. I don't really remember. I know I had to use about 12 skeins of that yarn, and it was wow. Prices have jumped so much and changed so much because of with the tariffs and all that stuff. So I can't really remember how much it cost me at the time. All right, pen, where are you? And I'm just gonna grab a tapestry needle and drop it all the way down through the pen. And I'm using mainstays black because you can't, there's not really much you can say, oh, that's a vibrant black per se. So I'm just like, I know there's different reds. My preference between mainstays and red heart red is I prefer red heart red. Oh yeah, I can't. I think I might have used some coupons then. I can't. It's all a blur. I made it about 2 3 years ago. I think it's 3 years ago. Yeah, I might have been able to catch a couple of sales, but I didn't know everything that I how much I needed, so I just kept kind of ordering it or go. And that's how you change colors. I got blessed with the 40% off and 150% off one time when they messed up my order on these looms. So I would get these looms at a discount at Joann's. Now I don't have to keep up with counts. I know I'm not gonna do 10 stitches before I get off live, so it helps me go a little bit faster with that a little bit of freedom. Yeah, I got a little less than 30 minutes left. I forgot to make that announcement. Hi, Sanan. Welcome to my live. I'm trying to keep this blanket under control. I've been suggested, well, somebody told me like years ago to use a bag, but I know that's gonna make a lot of noise on live, so I just have to figure out how to fold it up really nicely to keep it from doing all that moving. This is probably gonna be my last row for live. Oh, bumped my elbow. At least I didn't do it in the funny part, funny bone part, or whatever. Hi, Rita. And I definitely can see it. I can understand. When I use variegated yarn, I get obsessed with it. Like I get like very, I zone in. hair keep going. And that's what's been the problem. My hair keep going under my arm. And either it's going under my arm or I'm sitting back on it. I'm so tempted to cut it. And when I say cut it, not trim it, like cut it all off. I'm that drastic person. Like, I'm done. If I can't wear it long, I can't wear it at all. My bad. Thank you so much for the likes. Right, right, Kelly. I just gotta get out of my own way. I get so fickle and stuck, and like I don't like change, and that's the that's the most difficult part about me. And then I'm just like, just stop it, just do something else. Hi Zubita, welcome to my live. So that's one of the most difficult things about me is like embracing change, or you know, and it's not like everywhere. It's just like simple things. I'm just like, well, it wouldn't hurt if I don't. Trying to get that little thing to stay in there. I should have took it out before I started this black, but now I'm gonna just have to deal with it. And we go through changes every day, so it's a natural part of life. It's just like when I have to think about the change, that's when I don't want to do it. But when it just gracefully and naturally happens, I just follow along. Sometimes it brings me stress, and sometimes it didn't. But I just follow along for the most part. Complain about it and just do it. I'm just gonna push all these stitches down, and that's it for tonight. I'll measure it, see how far along I've gotten. I might work on Harry Potter robe before I go in the house, since that shouldn't take me that long. Hi, Miss Ann. How you doing? gotta push them all down and measure it first. Yeah, I that too. I mean, I don't personally necessarily like feeling like I'm stuck. It's just like I don't know. It's certain types of change. It's like changes that's not serious. The emotional change and all that stuff. I'm ready to do that, but like something like do something different on the loom. That's hard. Cause I'm like there's for me there's no trying to keep this stuff out of this micro powder. There's no like significant loss if I don't make the change. But it'll be a significant loss if I'm doing good. How you? That's good. You're doing good. But it'll be like a significant loss if emotionally I don't change. That's the best. That's the best way I can explain it. Trying to get it straightened out the best way I can so I can get the most accurate measurements. Yeah, it's it's pretty much at 3 feet. Hi, Christina. But y'all, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off because I know uh the next row is gonna take me longer than 10 minutes. It depends on if I have to do. It's the reason why I said that. I was thinking about design. Like if I'm just doing this, like stripes, that's different. But if I have to go through and put like water waves or a sunset or something like that, I'm like that's. And are you talking about? That's why I asked earlier. If you're just talking about stripes, fine, perfectly fine. Different colors, that's perfectly fine. But if it's like a different design where I got to put different stitches in there and then change the colors, like in certain spots, that's the challenge. Cause I'm thinking like when you do your bed, your knitting bed, you do like a lot of different designs in yours. So that's why I was getting all that from. I'm gonna roll all this up and put it up. Okay, Miss Sam, thank you. Oh, okay, yeah, that's not bad. The stripes is not bad. I thought you were talking about like intricate designs and stuff, the way you may have done. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Um, I'll catch you guys again on next Sunday. But I also gotta finish two of these first before I do anything else and all my other projects. So I wouldn't be able to start on a new blanket until like I finish like all my other stuff that I absolutely have to do. But yeah, all right. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will catch you guys on next Friday. Have a good one. I mean next Sunday. I'm sorry, next Sunday. Have a good one. I'm gonna screenshot it real quick, Kelly. My bad. It ain't screenshot right. Hold on. No, it won't let me screenshot. I'll write it down when I get off live. But have a good one.